Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Manor Lords. Apparently, I've been told by people, by some of my friends, that you can rename the villagers if you go to their houses and then click on people? Not the houses that are empty. People? Haha! So you can rename people if you choose. I don't really feel like renaming the actual people because you get a lot of people eventually, and that's a lot of pressure to name people. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna rename my animals after people I know, and or people, if you're like in the comments and you're like, I wanna have a cow or a mule named after me, let me know, because I will name a cow after you. Also, we have so many Lawrences. I have a friend named Dace. He goes by Dace. Hello. I'm sure he's watching at this very minute. And we're gonna... I'm just gonna bastardize Lawrence. And make him my loyal oxen. Upgrade to small stable. Oh! I like that. More animals, you say? We have a lot of boards. So why not? Why not make use of our materials? All right, burgage plot's doing well. What are the requirements? Oh wait, we need to get church, and then we need to get clothing stall, which requires linen, leather, or yarn. How do we make leather out of the hides we get? So we have 13 hides. What do we got? We got logging camp, woodcutter's cottage, saw pit, forester's hut, we already have. Charcoal kiln, we need charcoal burning. Have we have, I was gonna say, I noticed this in my last episode and I totally forgot about it, but I was like, did we achieve enough to upgrade our town? Policies signed. I assume I need a manor house before I can do that. So let's see. Let's take a look at what we could do for development here. We've got trapping. Passive income of meat is really nice. I like the idea of that. Doubles capacity of berry deposits. Interesting. We do have a lot of berries. New building, the apiary. That's really cool. Collect honey. Basic armor making is neat. This is very interesting because I would love to get into this eventually when we like really start focusing on the iron, because we have that rich iron deposit. New building, the firewood cart. A permanent market stall which provides a passive income of firewood as long as the region has enough regional wealth. Same thing with the food cart. Region does not pay the transport fee, must be placed on the marketplace. That is interesting. Enables establishing a new trade route, costs 50% less. I am really interested in getting into trade as well, because I really like the idea of like going hard on sheep and pasture and then turning the sheep clothing into wool. But maybe we should be focusing more on the iron, since that's so close. New building is the orchardry. Apple harvest happens around September every year until the trees are fully grown, which takes around 3 years. They only produce a fraction of the yield. That's really cool. Rye cultivation. One of my friends commented on a video saying that we need to be making whiskey. I don't know if that's an option. I hope it will be. If not now, but in the future. Could distill all your rye into rye whiskey. That would be awesome. I really like the idea of trapping and then hides into traps. And then using our hides to function for leather. So let's go trapping, and then we'll go into hide collection as well. I think that's pretty good. And a passive amount of meat going into our first winter, I think that's pretty useful. So let's see, what do we got here? We got hunting camp, forager hut. Where's the thing? Probably industry? Yes, the tannery. Costs 4. Barley to produce malt? Is malt for alcohol? Perhaps? I don't know. Tavern? It needs ale. Do you make ale with malt? Storehouse, granary, pack station, hitching post. It's definitely not a mine. Sheep farm, windmill, communal oven. These things do happen. What do you do with malt? You see this? Malt house uses barley to produce malt. Is that just a trade good? The smithy, the bloomery, tannery. Maybe we'll focus more. I think I should not get too carried away. I think I like the idea of focusing heavily on rye and using that to make bread, because it converts any grain into bread. Wheat, flax, barley. Oh, is wheat the only thing that can produce grain? I'm curious. I'm learning, like, just on the fly here. I would love for somebody else to move into these houses over here, though. Or at least this house. Because these houses are all occupied. I wonder... Oh, I can't buy a new horse now, because we haven't upgraded this guy. Why don't we make you very high? I would like to get you done so I can get another animal going. I've kind of noticed my one ox that I have is literally the only ox I have, and so it takes forever to move anything around the village. Like, I don't even know where Decence is right now. There he is. A new family started moving in, thank God. Mercenary companies available? I think that was an old news, actually. Jorg! Welcome, Jorg! Oh, that's a great name. All right, new burgage plot. Do we have enough timber for this? We have 12, okay. How much does a burgage cost? Just 2, that's not so bad. What on earth is happening with this shape? Just go to the end, I guess. Alright. Go the other way. There we go. How... Who made this decision? That I can't just make a straight line across? That's some craziness. You let me go here. What is this? What is this parcel of land? It's huge. All right, this is fine. Two houses plus the extra space for an expansion slot. I kind of realized I put all of my burgages a little too close together because I don't know if they'd be able to build the expansion slot, which I think is chicken coops and or goat houses. We'll see. We're in July now. Great month. It's currently August in real time, but July was fun. I saw a concert. I went camping a lot. A lot of stuff I did in August. Generic storage. How is this? Did not mean to add you to that. All right, you're back to 10 wild animals. We should let the wild animal population recover again. I kind of think what we should do is get the tannery. And then just like... Maybe just like here? And then like whichever family is not employed, like normally you would have them employed in the hunting camp, right? But if you aren't hunting, you run over to the tannery and now you're employed making leather. Does that make sense? I feel like it makes sense. How's the church construction going? We've moved all the materials, mostly. Just not all the rocks. We're dropping the rocks off now. Hey, we're building the stable. Look at him go! Adorable. What did that do? What was the point of building a stable? Is that better for the livestock? Takes 30 silver to buy a horse. Now the question is, is a horse better than an ox? Just like by virtue, is it like faster? How do we know? I don't need settings. Help? Animals. Stock? Wrong. Ah, here we go. Oh, the hitching post only does have one space. So upgrading it to a small stable did give us a second place for the ox. The question is, anybody know if a horse is better than an ox? It's more expensive. I don't know. I guess I'm assuming that the horse is a faster animal. Uh-oh. It's still in early access. I can't hold it against them too much. Uh-oh. They're all out of berries. All right. The question is, ooh, I kind of like the idea of adding an herb garden. Ooh, it takes 25 silver to do that. Let's do it, and this will make our decision easy over here. New ox. Wooden church is done. Excuse me, a friar doesn't just show up. I have to actually assign people to be the friar? Astounding. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't I hit go on this burgage plot? Apparently I didn't. There we go. Alright. Very high. Very high. This is medium-ish. We've already delivered all the wood impressively. But we need to get our other, our other houses built, otherwise we won't get any more families moving in. How are you guys doing? Doing okay on timber. Might want to unassign people from that and let the foragers kind of catch up. Or foresters kind of catch up. 21 months of food, 15 months of fuel. That's pretty good. Going into July. I would love to get my hands on this herb garden. I wonder if the berries grow back every year, or if it, like, did we pick them clean? In which case, that's not great. Although these look like berry bushes. How do I know if they're building that herb garden or not? I guess we'll see. If I put people in here, do they generate herbs? Berries, meat, vegetables. Where do herbs end up? Oh, commodities. Depending on the level and employment. Interesting. New mercenary companies are available? Is that a good thing? Recruits are missing. I don't know what to do with that. Almost done with the burgage plot. What's this funny little thing over here? Oh, they're constructing some sort of thing. Oh? Ta-da! What is this? Expand the living space. Oh, that's kind of cool. Neat. You can only do that. You must be only able to do that in the large zone. No families there. I wonder, does that take away whatever this thing is? We'll let them build the other house, and then we'll... If we need the space, we can always add. I guess I'll go ahead and I'll add a family to the church. That'll make everybody happy to have at least a wooden church. Oh! Access to herbs might speed up recovery, while varied diet increases disease resistance. Got it. Neat. Are you guys collecting herbs now? You must be. I don't know where. Oh, there it is. Cool. I love the little details in this game. I'm a sucker for games that have just like little details for things like that, and that is one of them. It's very good though. I love it. And they're planting trees. Look at that. Way to go, team. You guys are doing great. 17 months of firewood, 21 months of food. Getting into August, I'm kind of thinking now's the time to start preparing for the fields that I talked about. So if we think about farming. So long term, let's pause real quick. I want to remind myself. So flax fertility is not great unless we went over here. But even then, it's not super great. It'd be best if we built out over here to build a flax field, if we wanted to do it that way. Emmer, I don't remember what that does. What do you do? What do you do here? Rye, I'm still not sure what that does either, because if we look at the other buildings here, so grain is for flour, and then flour is for bread, right? If you look at other things, like barley can make malt, which I assume is maybe a trade good. Berries can be turned into dye. But what is emmer used for? Is that maybe you just trade it itself, perhaps? $250 influence. If we get our hands on the, a shrine. Adorable. Put that, like, right there. Yeah, I just don't know what emmer does. So I'm kind of thinking... Or is emmer wheat? Because there's no wheat on here either. I'm confused. Well, if that's the case, so barley, not great. Rye, good, but I don't know what you do with rye. At least compared to other things that seem to have like a very direct use for them. Emmer must be wheat then. So if that's the case, we would like to start our wheat field right here. And that's not so bad, because you can build up to it then. Like, you could build more houses here. You could build your farmhouse there. So let's do field fuel. And then maybe start right there. And they said we should do a field size of, like, 2 Morgans. What if we make, like, a big rectangle? How many Morgans is this? That's 0.2 Morgans. That's a tiny field. Okay, we need to make the road longer. Straight out. Longer road, please. Okay, field. Try it again. This way. And then deep. So this big cube is 1 Morgan. So, they did say 1 to 2. So maybe we start with 1 Morgan's fields worth. Farmhouse employs families who work in the fields. The workforce is distributed proportionally in accordance to the field's set priority level. When crops are growing, they absorb certain nutrients from the soil, temporarily lowering its fertility and thus diminishing yields over time. To combat this, consider changing crop types, or even better, leaving the field fallow for a year. That is really cool, but also a little like rats. But what we could do is because we know the general size of like a single Morgan field, we could set it up like another Morgan's worth here. I guess that's not quite big enough. But you could set up a second field maybe for next year, and then you alternate back and forth. And then you could even do a third field like that's a little narrower. But like here. And that would also be a Morgan's worth. And then you could make, oh, that'd be kind of cool. I kind of love the idea of 3 fields, and then you rotate between them. So let's say like, why is this so short? Fine, there. This is good? Good enough? There. So 1 field, 2 field. 3rd field. It's a little too big. It's still a little too big. Maybe what then we want to do is move it off of the less fertile land. Perfect. All right, so now the plan is 3 fields worth. And then you put your farmhouse right here. Ta-da! And this is all to set up for next spring. Because, like, I don't think... Crop rotation! So this is going to be wheat. Ah, wheat is emmer. Why did they... Why did they do that? I mean, maybe other people are like, yeah, duh, that's another name for wheat. I've never heard of that. Fascinating, though. Also, excuse me, you can't even plant rye. You see this? You can do wheat, you can do barley. You can't do either of the other two. That's funny. Well, I was hoping to alternate between... I just lucked out in that, like, some of these fields are barley full. Honestly, +2 is not terrible for barley either. The real thing is eventually we'll want to, like, go up this way and try to do flax. But for now, we'll be able to get by with just the tannery, I think. But I'm very excited for this next spring. So I think we'll do wheat. And then we'll do you as barley. And then what does this mean? Brings back the lost fertility. Crop rotation triggers after the harvest season ends. Keeping the field fallow regenerates most fertility. So we could do that ourselves. We wouldn't need to trigger crop rotation. Oh, I see. Oh, you can force it to rotate the crop yourself. I think I'll leave this off. That's a really interesting thing that you could automate, though, is I'd have to think about how to do it that way instead of the way I've set it up. Basically, you could just alternate every other year. But I kind of like the idea of having 3 fields and you always rotate, like this field will be barley next year, this field is then wheat next year, and then this one is fallow. And then we'll just leave this one open for now. I kind of like that idea. We finished the tannery. We still only have 1 free family. So until everything is done being constructed, we need to keep them open. So they're going to work on this farmhouse now. And then we'll do your high priority. Your high. Maybe you're like the highest. Very high, you're high, and then you're medium. And then we'll just kind of rotate them around that way. Do you do anything? Plowing progress, sowing progress, crop growth, harvest progress. I guess maybe you could plow in the fall? So it's ready for spring? I'm not 100% sure. I guess there's only one way to find out, is to try it. Did we get that second ox? We sure did. Fritz. No. We don't have access. I have a different friend named Thomas. I don't have. I told him I was gonna name a mule after him, just to be mean. But we don't have access to mules right now, so I'm gonna name another ox after Thomas. A strong, reliable animal. Don't tell him I said that. You are working in the Hunter's Lodge still. We should be getting passive meat now. Is that true? How do I tell? We don't have any meat right now. All the meat's gone. There is meat in our stall, though, so that's something. Lots of berries. Enough fuel on the marketplace stalls. I'm a little confused. But maybe these don't count until people have moved in. So I was just like, I'm a little confused why these aren't ticked off, you know, right now. But it might literally just be because we don't have anybody living in that house. So we'll wait and see. Work area is empty. Can't find anything to gather in their area, at least for now. Maybe we should take them off of there then? Like, oh, hey, speak of the devil. Maybe that it's worth not, or it's not worth having them. If the field is not set to fallow, workers will plow it and sow the crop as soon as possible. Yield will increase as it grows and is harvested in September during the harvesting season. I understand. We are in September. I guess we will observe and see if they will. Maybe we shouldn't put them to work there right now then. Granary family, priest family.
Step right up and sample.
Ding. Oh, you can change the sound. That's a terrible bell. That's nice. That last bell is hilarious. I kind of like that long resonant one, so let's go with that one. The fourth bell is just like donk. You got like a tin bell there. That's the church you don't want to go to. Incorrect. How you doing, guy? He's whistling. Good job on you, Jorg. Oh yeah, he's digging away. Okay, all right. Put another family to work in there. One man digging up this entire field by hand? That seems impossible. Don't make this poor man do that. But what that also means is we should probably get the ox plow thing going soonish. So these guys can use an ox to plow the field rather than doing it by hand with a hoe. That sounds kind of like torture. All right, these guys are gonna turn hides into leather. Look at that. They're already doing it. Just piling it up, you know, outside. It doesn't seem like a great great idea, but sure, why not? I was hoping they'd do more. Market food variety, church level. The recent days, not super great because we're down to only berries. We are still getting meat, so that's a good thing. Just worried about pushing the hunting limit even lower, but maybe we should. Like 5? Got 3 leather. We have 16 hides. Hey, there they go. They're grabbing the... Oh, they've grabbed meat. Never mind. That's somebody else's job. Okay, good. They did get access to the food. The good thing is, eventually we'll be able to get clothing when the leather people get their stuff set up. I think that's what she's doing. Nope, she's transporting firewood. This stall is just jam-packed with food, though. 9 meat, 9 bread. Next spring, or next fall, I suppose, once we have the field up and running. Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm glad we started this now. And honestly, we could probably have started it a while ago, but I'm glad we started it now, because if we had started this, like, in the spring, and we're like, why aren't you, you know, farming faster? You know, it's because it's going to take them forever to plow that field by hand. Wonder if we need another family in the storehouse. I think that might be the case. Because if this family is running the firewood stall, we only have one unassigned family. We just have, I have so many places I need people to be working. Although this one's done because we did harvest all the berries. Where's the priest? Is that him? He who must not be named? He's praying? Nope. Just standing in the churchyard praying. You know how you do. Oh, did I I took a family off of the... Oh, it's me and my use of hotkeys. I've figured it out. If you hit Q and E, you can reassign and unassign people to buildings. And I've been trying to pivot the camera with Q and E. So that's the reason I'm accidentally assigning and unassigning people from buildings. Do try to deal with my foolishness there. Transporting firewood. Thank you, Margaret. Do you guys all work in the farmer's house over here? Do you guys live in the farmhouse? Oh, you'll have to add the plow station. Only one timber though, so that's not too bad. I definitely think that is going to be worthwhile, because these poor people, it's going to take them forever to dig that entire field. Thank God they have months to do it, though. I don't know. I still don't know if they'll be able to finish it by the time spring rolls around, but we'll see. There we go. The tanners are back to work, moving the leather around. Wash that leather. Wash it good. Look at him go. Lifting the stuff up. Getting stuck on his friend. They're carrying it over there. And piling it up. Great. Well, this is a great place to pause the episode right before... Whoop. Right before we get into our first winter. We still have another house that we can fill, and we're starting to work on plowing this whole field. I guess I'll wait and see how fast it takes them to plow that field. But for now, if you guys enjoyed the episode, click the like button. It helps me out a lot. If you want to see more episodes of Manor Lords or the other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you have your notifications on so you know when the next videos go live. But until next time, everybody, I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody!